Okay, let's just jump right in. For most of our lives, we're taught to chase one number, our salary. How much do you make? It's the first question people ask. But what if I told you that's the wrong number? What if there's another number that truly measures your wealth, one that could completely change your financial future? Well, today, that's exactly what we're breaking down.
Right. First things first, we have to tear down one of the biggest myths in personal finance. We're all guilty of it. We see people with high incomes, fancy cars, big houses, and we just assume they're rich. But here's the truth. Income isn't wealth. Not even close. It's just the money flowing through your hands. What you actually get to keep, now that's a different story. Okay, check this out, because it tells the whole story. On one side, you've got person A, makes 120 grand a year. They've got the leased BMW, this slick apartment, the whole deal. They look wealthy, right? But look under the hood, they've got $400 in savings and they're buried under 45 grand in debt. Now look at person B, makes less than half what person A makes, drives a paid-off Honda, cooks their own meals. But here's the kicker. They've got thousands saved and invested and zero credit card debt.
So, I've got to ask you, when you really look at it, who's actually on the path to financial freedom here? It's not even a contest, is it? It's person B all day long.
And this brings us right to the heart of it, the main idea of this entire explainer. I want you to burn this into your brain. Income is not wealth. Net worth is wealth. That's the number. That's the one we're going to focus on from now on.
And hey, just a quick but super important disclaimer before we get into the nitty-gritty. Everything we're talking about today is for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, so please make sure you talk to a licensed pro before you make any big financial decisions. All right? Good. Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of this. What actually is net worth? The best way to think about it is as your personal financial scoreboard. It's the one number that tells you, without any fluff, exactly where you stand in the game. And here's why it's so powerful. Your net worth gives you the simplest, most complete picture of your financial health. It just cuts through all the noise, your salary, your spending, your lifestyle, and gives you one clean bottom line number. And the formula? It could not be simpler. It's just what you own, we call those assets, minus what you owe, your liabilities. The result is your net worth. That's it. So let's break down those two parts. So assets. This is all the stuff you own that has value. You've got the obvious things, right? Cash in your checking and savings accounts. But it's also your investment accounts, your 401k or IRA for retirement, the current market value of your home, what your car is worth today, and even the value of a business if you happen to own one. Then you've got the other side of the equation, your liabilities. This is pretty straightforward. It's everything you owe money on. We're talking your mortgage, your student loans, that car loan, and definitely those credit card balances. Any personal loans, anything you owe, that all goes here. You just add it all. All right, enough with the theory. It's time for the moment of truth. Let's put this all into practice and actually calculate a net worth number step by step so you see exactly how it works. Okay, let's walk through this example together. First, we're going to add up all the assets. So the checking, the savings, the Roth IRA, the 401k, and the car's value. That all adds up to a total of $35,000. Now, for the liabilities, we've got student loans, a car loan, a bit of credit card debt. That comes to $33,500. So we just do the simple math, $35,000 in assets minus $33,500 in liabilities, and that gives us a net worth of $1,500. Now listen, that might seem like a small number, but it's positive. That is a huge win. Remember, especially when you're just starting out, the direction you're headed in is so much more important than the exact number today. Okay, your turn. I want you to actually pause this explainer right now. Yeah, seriously. Grab a notebook, open a spreadsheet, whatever works for you, and do this for yourself. Add up your assets, add up your liabilities, and find your number. Go on, I'll be here when you get back. Welcome back. Okay, so you have your number. Maybe it's big, maybe it's small, maybe it's positive, maybe it's negative. It doesn't matter, because the only question that matters now is, how do I make it grow? Well, that's the playbook we're diving into next. Before we talk about growing it, we have to talk about the number one enemy of wealth creation. It's called lifestyle inflation, and this thing is a silent killer. It's when you get a raise, so you immediately get a nicer car. You get a bonus, so you book a more expensive vacation. Before you know it, you're making double what you used to, but you have nothing more to show for it because your spending grew right along with your income. It's a trap. And this, right here, this visual shows you exactly how to beat it. It's not about how much you earn, it's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Look at the high earner.
They're only putting away 5 grand a year. But the wealth builder, who actually earns less, is socking away $20,000. Their wealth gap is 4 times bigger. That gap, that space, right there, that is where wealth is built. So how do we make that gap bigger? Well, there are really 5 key levers you can pull. You can play offense by increasing your income and investing. You can play defense by crushing your debts and protecting what you have. And most importantly, you have to avoid the things that actively destroy your wealth. Let's just touch on a couple of the most powerful ones.
First lever is obvious but powerful. Earn more money. This could mean finally getting the courage to negotiate your salary at work, or maybe starting that side hustle you've been thinking about, or just really focusing on advancing your career. More income directly boosts the asset side of your net worth equation.
And lever number 3 is just as critical. Shrink your liabilities. The fastest way to do this? Get aggressive and attack high-interest debt like your credit cards. Make a promise to yourself to stop taking on new debt for lifestyle stuff. Maybe even look into refinancing some loans. Every single dollar of debt you wipe out is another dollar added directly to your net worth. Okay, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. Now, let's talk about the single most important thing you can do to put all of this on autopilot. We need to turn this into a simple, repeatable ritual. This right here, this is the mindset shift. From this day forward, I want you to look at every single financial choice you make through this one simple lens. Buying that $5 coffee, signing up for another subscription, deciding whether to make an extra payment on your student loans. Just ask yourself, is this growing my number or is it shrinking it? That's the whole game.
And here's your challenge. It's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, you already did it today. You calculated your number. Now for step 2, I want you to pull out your phone right now and set a recurring calendar reminder for the first day of every single month. And step 3 is easy. When that reminder pops up, you take 5 minutes, you update your number, you track it, and you own it. I'm telling you, this one little habit is an absolute game changer.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Your net worth is the ultimate scoreboard for your financial life. And the amazing part is, you have so much control over the final score. It's time to stop obsessing over income and start focusing on building real wealth. So what's your net worth goal for this year? Think about it. Pick a number, make it real, and start taking those small steps to get there.